Now, how stupid can I get? Not once, not twice, but maybe 50 times. I get on here, I'm so excited to get on, and I forget to push the start button. And I'm looking now, and it's 10 minutes, and I'm looking, oh my God, no time has run off the clock. So what we're going to get into and get out of is, where is my paper? My paper. Wow. Started a video, never half as good as the first one, and I found it. I'm not even sure where to start yet. Wow. So many things, just so many things. Just to show you one thing to start with, okay? We want to work in pairs, okay? In threes. 1, 2, 3. Now we got to go 2, because the 2 is in front of this, and you need a before and an after. So you put 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, and continuing on. When we finish this, 1 and 3 is 4. 2 and 4 is 6. 4, 6, 6, 4 is the original on your phone here and here. Right here, 8. 4 and 6, 10. 5 and 9, 5 and 7, 12. Now, 1 and 2 is 3. 6 and 4 is 10, is 1. 3, 1. The 8 doesn't change, the 6 doesn't change, and the 4 doesn't change. So I'm going to turn it around and show you these two. There's two sides. 3 and 4 is 7, 1 and 6 is 7. So now that we were able to put them together because they fit, what I do now is I go to the 8 of 64 equals 512 memory. That's your memory, 8 by 64. Now if we go 8 by 77, 8 by 7 is 56. 8 by 7 is 56. And 8 by 7 is 56. Let me calculate this on the thing so I can do it properly. Well, my calculator seemed to have disappeared. Nothing seems to be going the way I wanted in this cassette, but that's okay. I'm probably the only one watching it. So we've got 8 times 77. I just divided it. 8 times 77 equals 616, which, take the number in the center, go to the left, it's 7, go to the right, it's 7. You got the same answer because you used 8. If you use 7, if you use 6, you're always going to get the answers in those categories. As long as you know how to develop the equation, you're always going to get somewhere. It's never wrong. It can't be wrong. Unless you have a new number that was just developed in this world, numbers are always right. It's when you bring in Webster's definition of the understanding of wherever these numbers fit to letters, shapes, and so on and so forth, is where we make the mistake. So anyways, when I added this, and I show you on the back, okay, 8, 7, 7, I already did that. 8, okay, 3 and 1, 877. Oh no, I did that equation. What else is there to do? Oh yeah, just a simple count. 4 on this side, 6 and 4 is 10 on this side, okay, which would be 14, which would be 104, and in the game of war in the casinos, the ace is not used for the first card, it's only used for the last card, so it totals 104. Now I may not have explained everything to you, but I'll guarantee you one thing, and I usually don't like to guarantee anything at all. I never like to make any promises, and I never like to tell you that I'm for sure, because you know what? I'm only for sure about what I'm thinking. I'm only for sure about the technique I use. Okay, that's what I'm for sure about. But I know, I look at these numbers and it's like I lived them before. 6, 1, 6, 7 by 8 by 77. 6 and 6 is 12, and 1 is 13, and that's the letter M. 1 and 3 is 4, and that's the world we're in. The reason why it's 616 is because the center one, okay, is the spirit that sticks out its arm to one end, sticks out its arm to the other end, and connects the two sides. Each side being worth of 7. Then you would go 707, saying that there's a division, and you're talking of that side and this side. Also, the difference is the minute you put a 0, you're now going minus plus. Okay, minus, plus, you can divide in minus, you can divide in plus. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I just went to buy some tools before. All the numbers were perfect. Just couldn't figure it out. I know for a fact that if numbers have anything to do with creation, then I am absolutely on the right track. The only missing particle and piece is the newfound definition of the one, of the two. And don't forget, there's 3 definitions for each number. Okay? You can put the egg at the end if you want, but we're not going to talk about it because there's many eggs. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. All eggs. When you get to 100, you got 2 eggs. You got one spirit, which is 2 eggs. The golden eggs. So what do you get next? Minus 5 plus 5, 0 in the middle, you got another egg. When you connect the 2 sides, each one gets an egg, plus 1 in the center. You got to have 3 eggs in the middle. And that's why after that, it's 1,000, and you put a comma. Comma actually looks like a 9. And the other one that goes from the top, the semicolon, looks like a 6. So if it is a 9 and it is a 6, in my world, I'm going to create it to exactly what it seems it could be. Because everything has to have a definition. There's a new definition coming out in this world. And we all must see it's more. It's way greater. Okay? And it comes along with the conscience change. And like everybody has said, this is not easy. This is very confusing. I'm bipolar, and if you think getting all this information is easy, it's not. But first of all, I'm 7 years done. I've already changed my mind. It's not like anybody else's mind. When I go out, people look at me because they think I look weird. They think something's wrong with me. I look in the mirror, I don't see anything. But they seem to see something. So instead of taking it for granted, because I'll take the granite over my stone when I'm dying, I'll take it for truth. Try to study it. Understand my own being. How come I'm shown off this way? Yeah. Anyways, I just want to jump on to something else. Bonnie and Clyde, the Clydesdale horse, okay, Budweiser, be wiser, Bud, okay, the buds of your tongue, okay, and there's many other things. I have not studied what I'm doing now. Budweiser, the bow tie on Budweiser, the bows and arrows, Robin Hood, from the rich to the poor, etc., etc. Every single one, okay, every song that has ever been sung, written, heard, thought of, murmured to their own self. Every video, every movie and stitch movie, anything seen moving. Any card played, any card dropped, any hand won, any hand lost, someone getting up. It all fits into the puzzle. But we can take all the little pieces and keep them at the bottom, because it's better if we create the floor and the pillars, put on the roof and the sidewalls before we continue on to enter into the house of God, in which we are into the purgatory right now, you would say. The Aztecs of 1539. Don't forget about them. A.C. Green. A.C. Green says Ace God. Born on the same day as me. A few years ago, maybe I'm going to get into this now, okay? A couple of years ago, out of nowhere, this is a book I made. Computer turns on, I didn't turn it on. Site pops up, I didn't pop it up. I didn't make any videos, and Extra Normal comes out, and it says to me, okay, first of all, I'm going to try and see if I can read you this one part. This is not going to be very comprehensible, but I'm going to try and explain it if I could. I'm going to run through it real quick. If you can catch, okay. Otherwise, I don't want to waste too much of your time. Milestone. Pulling this back to a lab key of 91. Since SCH, HARP, plans to upgrade SAS to 9.2 shortly. HARP. 2009, in the month of March, this started, and it started giving me this information. Upgrade to S92, and everybody knows what 92 is. That's the Ace of Spades in the beehive. How can I explain it any more than that? HARP is here. People have heard of HARP. Okay. Another thing, I'm going to just jump out and jump back into this book for a second. I keep getting this thing of S-Ting popping up on my YouTube, and I try to take it off, and I try to take it off, and only when I accept will they let me go on. Well, let me tell you my experience with this. Since this has started to happen, it started to happen right at the beginning. I kept letting on forever and ever. I didn't even notice. I thought it was part of Flash Player. I just let it on. And it's in green. So green means the continuous life, if you really want to know. Okay? Continuous life means, okay, when it turns brown, that's when you went to the bathroom, got rid of the shit and the information because you didn't pass the video. They're watching our videos while we're making these videos. I sometimes finish my video and I look and all of a sudden I got 5 hits. Because they're watching it, they're rewinding it, and they're turning it back. They pick on certain people, they have no choice, they're being watched. Don't forget what happened to Facebook and how much money they lost. So other places are watched and they're now ganging and getting in with the organizations because they have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Everything gets infiltrated. This is the wild, wild west, my friends, and we're in the Middle East. You do know the word west, W, okay? It's beta creation. Take it away. It says est, which means east in French. Best test. Anyways, we'll get on to something else. Now, on the next one, it says, just give me a second. Something about Java. So Java is definitely into this thing. I call it immediately after creating each Java orb. Okay, but it says object. But object is just like saying orb. It invokes exception described on SAS 9.2 and does nothing on SAS 9.1 because they're 2 different levels. 9.2, okay, and 9.1. 9.1 is the spirit. If you reverse it, it becomes 10.10 or it becomes 110%. Tests on SAS 9.2 with bad words and malformed URLs result in appropriate messages and stack traces. Now, from what they're talking about here in lab key, okay, is actually, from my sense, they're talking about this world and what's going on with us. Lab key, lab rats, monkeys. Anyways, we're going to get on to something else. Trials still request approval. Then it says Jekyll, add Mr. A, and Davies, which means the avenues. D-A-V-E-S. Anyways, I'm going to read this. And I didn't even write this, and how somebody was able to do this and send it to me. You know what, I have 2 friends that were possible to do it. One has the initial A, and the other one has the initial D. But anyways, it says like this. Ronald, aujourd'hui c'est mardi, tant grande journée. Je vous connais quand vous étiez un jeune gars avec votre grand-papa. C'est depuis longtemps. That's in French. In English it says, Ronnie, today is Tuesday. This is your big day. I knew your grandfather since you were a small boy. Then it says in French, mais maintenant j'habite dans l'esprit mondial 72-86. Ne fais pas de grande erreur, mon grand Ronald, en vous souffrir ou mal. Arrête ta maladie jusqu'à la fin le choix correct, sinon, joue pas. Now the big thing about this is, it's written in French, right? And it's not bad. In fact, it's more better in French than it was in English. And I do say the other side is French. Okay? The second thing is those initials I told you, of A and D, which go together as add. I don't think they can speak this well of a French at all. And you know, I have great doubts. The second part says, but now I live, this is the other guy telling me, okay, this guy talking to this guy, and now this guy is going to say, now I live in the spirit world of the nebula 7286. Do not make too many errors, my big Ronald, or you will suffer much. Stop your sickness just till the 5th week. Il y a 4. There are 4 choices to make. If not, don't play. Well, it said 5-4 and exactly that the day after, okay, which was the 4th day and the 5th day of the week. There's a team called Purdue playing, and they were the 5th ranking of the 4th seed. And they ended up winning that game. So it's really funny because further on into this, it does say perdu. Okay. Then it says, Ronald, it is a game between the 5th seed, okay, against Nebula 7286. What are you saying? I don't completely understand, but I think it's about Nebula 7286 in the spirit world, and why Tuesday is a big day. You know why, you imbecile Ronald. Don't play stupid with me. In Focus du Jour, it says you must bet the 5th seed this weekend. If you do not, you are done. It told me the winner. Oh my God, what are you saying? If I bet, I will lose all spirit world connections to Nebula 7286, where you are all now with my grandfather, unless I play Seed 5 next weekend? But what does Seed 5 mean? You will find the answer, my dear Ronald. Ronald, Saturday has come, but your meter is running empty. To arrive in the nebulas with the ancients, time is disappearing. How much pain do you expect to dish out before you semi-guarantee that the spirit world is taken away from you? The crows are not telling a good story, but the story is still incomplete. The beings who will reveal themselves to the unknown messenger 410-63 is now in another nebula zone. Serge tried to show himself to you, Mr. Ronald, in the form of an old friend of your grandfather, but he could not make the progress with you. This eventually will lead to your hospitalization unless you take his word seriously. Serge, as he is worldly name is now in another nebula, working on another spirit, who is due to land in the constellation Mayan near the Aztec Freeleaves of 1539. You can never go there because your old spirit world connectors are locked and at odds with the Mayans. But 7286 may still allow you in, but I'm not sure. I must talk with Serge, brother of the Israelites. For I know the test has been upgraded from failed to incomplete. You are temporarily a lucky soul. What? What? I'm dizzy. Come on. Another message will be heading your way one day soon. This will be a very serious time for your spirit journey is now in trouble. Jen is a non-believer. Anyways, and it goes on, and I've used these numbers, and in there it says AC green, which is Ace G, the green ace. The green ace. The green lantern, the jack-o'-lantern. Green is life. If you put water outside, like I do, my water turns green. When you put water in the ocean and the seaweed and in the lakes, green is a connection. Now, in my last video, I was talking about strings. And if you ever look at a tree, okay, it can be unraveled this way. If it can be unraveled this way, okay, it doesn't mean the plywoods are this big, because you can get long plywoods from trees. So that means the strands have to be growing down. They grow down, they grow into roots, they get larger, they become like tendons and muscles, and they root the tree to the ground and nourish it from the sky as well as beneath the earth. Okay? Unwrapping a tree, the only way to really unwrap it is to make a slice. Now, if you make a slice this way on the tree, you're only going to cut the tree off. But if you make a slice this way on the tree, you can now unravel it. Okay, anyways, we're going to jump off from that and on to something else. I was thinking about Santa Claus, but what about Mrs. Claus? Who's Claus? Cat Claus? The cat claws, the act claws. You know what I was thinking of, eh? I was thinking of the toilet. Just really, because my cats drink out of there all the time. But anyways, if you read clause backwards, okay, it says laws. Take away the C. It's the creation of laws. See laws 33151. That's laws. Claws, laws, cats, claws, angel transmission. Not only that would it be laws, but it would be walls. W-A-L-S. Walls. But it can also be, if you have a tram, do you have a tram car? Walls marked. Walls mar. Walls Mars. Ram. The ram's horn. The tram. The rain. The ram. The memory. The RAM memory, the 512. You know what you got to work on? You got to go to 4,096. That makes the completion. But really and truthfully, if you want to make the entire completion to work, it's got to be 8 times, I'd say 8 times 512 is 4,096. And 4,096, let me see this. It's 512 times 7 equals, no, that doesn't calculate. That doesn't calculate. We got to go to 512 times 8 times 2 equals 8192. Oh my God. So that's what it is. Why I've multiplied it by 8 is because 512 is the memory. Okay? If you take a backgammon dice cube and keep flipping it over, you get to 64. You have nothing before 64 because it is a 10 and it is the next level. I'm going to write something down. So the dice cube on backgammon is doubled till 64. Now you've completed God's first 10. Now you double it up again once, you double up again twice, and you double it up again 3 times. So 64 becomes 128, becomes 256, becomes 512. And now it makes the star. And you have 3, there's more than the star. There are inside of each star, there are 6 different spaces in this one, but there's 6 different spaces in the other one, making the middle one having 8 different spaces because 2 of the lines are different. This line and this line are from 2 different areas. The iron curtain is up. We can't see it. I see right now, if I went outside and looked, if it's really sunny, no clouds, actually at any point in time, I see particles floating in the air. Okay? Now maybe a million people see it, but I see them moving. So maybe I'm retarded, I'm out of sync, out of luck, just a guess. No guess at all. So anyways, we go back to the 64, which is the 512. Now we multiply it by 8 is 4,096. 4,096 and 4,096 is 8192, which is 9 times 9 is the 81 world. And the 92 is the birth. But there's so much more. There's just so much more. 92, 29 reverse makes 1111. Okay? 81 reverse makes 99. You put the 1111 with the 99, and you get 1010 again. Did you follow me? I'm going to try and show you. Here's the numbers, okay? 4,096 in one world, 4,096 in the other world, okay? Whoop, everything's disappearing on me. Don't disappear, don't disappear. Why is everything disappearing? My whole computer is all screwed up now. Oh my God. Anyways, I see my voice is working. I think it was my fault that the voice didn't work and it wasn't anybody else's fault. It says my Windows Explorer has stopped working, but I don't have Windows Explorer. I'm going to cancel that. Oh my God. Anyways, here's the box. 2 worlds, 4,096, 4,096. Where's my calculator? Okay, here. 4,096 and 4,096. And then I'm going to go 9 times 512. Because the center core is 1 equals 4608. 8192, 4608, 0073. Okay, I got something in my way. It wants to update, but I don't have time. So this is what happens, okay? I'm going to show you the first one. 9 times 9 is 81. How much to get 92? 26, 27, 28, 30? No. This only works if you get 46. 23, 46, 69, 92. The birth of the worlds. Creation 1, creation 2. Like I told you, in the backgammon dice, nothing starts in here until you get to 64 because that's Mars and Saturn. And they're connected, what's it called? The triangle at the top connects to Saturn, Venus, and Mars. Anyways, we're going to go back to explain what this is. 81, reverse it, becomes 92, right? I'm going to show you again. 81 and 18 is 99. 9 plus 2 is 11. I shortened it up. I can go 9 times 2 equals 18. Reflects the other side. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 under the reverse of this makes it a 10-10 world. And this is from the memory. Now we add on the memory 4608 because the dot only gets to go here. Okay, in general, in reality. Yes, there's one here. There's one here. Right now we're cubing the worlds. I'm just using this as 6 and this. There's one in the center 7, one in the center 7. It totals 14, but it's not. 2 of them are used and repeated in here. Man and the separation of his mind is separated equaling to 1/2. Anyways, when I add them all up, it comes to 3700. Reverse this, okay, it becomes 1010 right away. 3 creation of the 7. It's on your telephone. They cross each other. It makes a crossing like this, right? But if you want to add something to it, it can say 7Z, or you turn it this way, or whichever way you want to work with this. Anyways, we're getting back to this. 2 times 37. Okay, we're not going to use the 2 eggs because it's the total now. The numbers are in here. What we're going to do is go 48 by 37. So now I'm going to go 48 times 37. 48 times 37. We're going to do it on a calculator now. I think it's 7. Let me see. 48 times 37 equals. 48 times 37 equals 1776. Reverse this to a 1010. Double it up. It equals to 3774, which is the number of Christ. And it's not only just a number of Christ. Okay? But on your telephone, how can I explain this now? Does it really matter right now? It's the number of Christ is 74. 7 and 4 are in the same area vertically. 7 and 8 in the same area horizontally, and the G and H are sometimes not pronounced or have any sound at all. Okay. Usually it's EIGHT, which would be 25789, which would create that, and it would make this sign 8. 8 is eternal. Do you know why? Because it's 2 upside down worlds creating the I. There's nothing more than an I and a pi in everything we do, and at the end we just die, and it's death and it's gone. But it's not gone for too long, because the mind comes back, just the body gets to go. Goodbye. So anyways, what we're going to do, we talked about Santa Claus, any laws, some slaw. We have coastlaw, we have hay and straw. I was looking at something else, lime and lemon. Lemon and lime. When you say this, lemon, demon, and slime. Demons and slime, lemons and lime. The other thing I got over here was, no, I did the Clydesdale horses. Highway 4 crossing from Tampa all the way the other side to Daytona, along the 10 highway all the way down to California, up Highway 5, run around Idaho, catch on the 90, and come all the way back around. The original 6 hockey teams that come in there create the letter J, all the way up to the Liberty Bell. Liberty Bell, Pennsylvania, Penn, go to jail, into Penn, stripe balls, no stripes, solids. Go to jail, Liberty Bell, ring my bell, ding dong. Ong ing. Liberty Bell, Pennsylvania. Penguins. The males sit on their eggs or watch the eggs and they transfer them back and forth. They're all cuddled up in a whole bunch of bunches. But they're not a bunch of bananas because they ain't no monkey. And in French, monkey is a chimp, what is it? In singe. But blood is also the sign. You sang, did you sing a song? No, I sang. What's it singing? Oh, my blood pressure's going boom, 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 boom. And then we go to church and we listen to the organ. Oh my God, my organs are moving. Whoop, Which one was moving now? Can you ever tell which organ is moving? No, the only one that you can ever figure out is the one you're allowed to use verbally. The verb in your head. Verbally. It's in your head. L-Y. Totally. Don't forget, I just want to add one more thing before I go backwards to go frontwards again, is that 10 is not like 13. It's not 10-teen. It's not like 20, and it's not 10-T. It's not ween or teen, Halloween, or just a teen. TY equals 45. It's complete. It's a whole. The T and the Y are both God's T and the Y. First of all, they're both, one is the 2 and one is the 7. It's the 2 world, and the Y is the splits. And not only that, for the X, okay, is UV, you know, like the UV rays, UVX, YZ, because that's how the X is put in between the alphabet. Now, did God use this as the 24X or the 10X? Well, in Roman numerals or in the alphabet, the X is the same big as it is small. It just takes up more squares. That means it can be in both worlds. So we may be the X of one spirit that we don't see, and God is the spirit of not. He is the spirit. He is who he is, but he can't show himself. We might all get electrocuted. Now, don't take off from the sun. I hear the wolf. Oh, my God, the birds are in the air. Look at them. They're flying all around. They're hanging on the wires. Bzz, bzz, bzz. They hear everything. There's not one thing that's not recorded by God. When our life ends, God's going to say to you, where do you want to go and at what time? And he's going to push the button. You're going to be there. You don't need the body to go anywhere. You just need the mind. What the hell is the body good for? You get to another planet, you look like a duck. Hey, I'm a duck. Well, at least I'm alive, eh? And I can fly, and I can quack. Well, I'm quacking now, and I'm doing bad at it, so I better shut my beak. And, oh, shut my beak. Now, what kind of bird am I now? What kind of lips does a fish have? Anyways, we're going to move on to one more thing. You see, I had the box closed before, but now I'm going to open it up to see what else is left. When the tree starts to grow, it starts to create like an E. Okay, just like the Mayan Aztec marks, take a good look at those marks. There's more than what you see. Another thing is, you see my hand? Which is the longest finger? Not this one. Not this one. This is my longest finger. No matter how far I push it, he's always the longest finger. The pinky is almost the same as this. Why? Because it's the 2 finger in the 5. 1, 5. Area 51, 3 in between. 1 is the center, 2 are left. This one's worth shit. 1, oh 1, because you don't see the other finger. This one's up my ass. It's dividing the sides. Even though one has a big thumb, the other one has a little pinky. They all have a description, well, let me say like this. The dictionary, the way it is, it's less than half complete. Okay. We talked about Bonnie and Clyde. We talked about the Clydes, Dales, Dale, Clyde, Dale. I was thinking about April in French as Avril. But if you take away the L for life and you put time heaven, it says A-V-R-I-T-H, time heaven. And in fact, T-H is the last 2 letters of my name. Yellow lens, sun clear, copper tone. Listen to this. Copper. Isn't a copper a police? Ter means earth. So if copper was a police, I just say polar ice, P-O-L-I-C-E, and then again it's alive. It just might be part of the mice. And the question is, how does it all work? I'm doing this all alone, so I throw it at you slowly. There is so much. I have 3, 4 videos that have not given any sound, so I might have to do some stuff if I can remember. If not, I put this world in. You see the little mountain with the 2 peaks? The way it goes down? Because when you come across, there is no really coming across. There's no coming across. You have to go down and up like this to come across. I'll just show you. The only reason 2 can get into this world, and they show it, is because she sticks her neck from here to here. But she's allowed to do it because she's the top and the bottom, but she gets her information from here. 1, 2, empty space 3, 4, 5, 6, empty space 7, 8, empty space 9. If 9 doesn't really exist, and it moves into the center, and 7, the gate, doesn't exist because it's only a passage into the world, it's like going onto a table in the hospital and having a baby. The 3 is also not here, and we never see the 1. So how in the world can we get 3 in the center? The way to get 3 in the center is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Now you got 3 in the center. 3 in the first line, 3 in the center. You get it again, 6 and 4. 3 and 3 is 6, and 4 is 10. It's perfect. Then we go, where was that again? Then we go 1 and 3 is 4, and 2 is 6. 6 and 10, the difference is 4. We end up with October 4th is the day, the 288th day of the year, 77, 27, 37, 47, 57, 67, 7, no, sorry, 277th day of the year, which is 2 times the 7 islands, which equals 154. 54 is love, it's the in-between. 5 and 4 is 9. Reverse it, it's 45, it's the fox. Together it's 99. With 11, it brings it to a 1010. So anyways, the reason for October being the 277th day is the 2 worlds of 77. And yes, you can play with this more. 7 and 7 is the 14. It's the pass. It's the Celsius pass, because any number you choose in Celsius, regardless, as long as it doesn't have a point and it stays under 100. I've never tried it over 100, but I believe it'll work the same. Anyways, once you add up the Fahrenheit numbers to a single digit, like let's say you have 284, 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 4 is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. It signifies the passage. Why does it do that? Because on your telephone, 4 and 9 are up 1 and then across this way, passing through 5. Up 1 and across. 4 that's here, if you go up 1 and across, it becomes the 7. It becomes 7 of 49. The reason for this, 9 by 4 is 36 creation. Why will it be 7? Because these 2 added is 7, 4 and 9 is added is 13. Together it makes 20. Secondary world. That's why ace, 9, and blackjack makes 20. It brings you up to the next world. Because once you have the spirit into birth, you're automatically inside this world. I can't be 20 on Copper Mountain. So then, obviously, this and this is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 3 and 4 is 7. You end up with 7 and 9 here. 7 and 9 is 16. 1 spirit is 7. The same story I just told you a few seconds ago. We're going to erase for now. And those who have been watching me through YT, Ming, whatever, you guys just do what you want. Let me have my videos, all right? That's all I want is my videos. Just let me exhaust. If you don't like what I'm doing, come on here and tell me. We know you're out there, okay? We know the world is a cruel place. You're probably working for $1.99 an hour, and there's 100,000 of you trying to figure out whatever I'm doing, but no one can still figure out what I'm doing. I'm just bringing every equation into the center with the numbers, letters, dots and lines, balls, and pillars, stars, Stargate, Starfleet, Root Canal, Suez Canal, Panama Canal, anal pass, the Mayan, the Aztec, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 41, 25, 6, 25, 51, 25 times 5, 25, 6, 25. Which direction do you want to go? Total the change in America. 1 penny, 1 nickel, 1 dime, 1 quarter equals 41. 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 items that equals 41. That means it's 10. 4 items that equal 41. That means each one is worth 1025. 41, 1025, which is Jack. Okay, Jack. The word Jack, and 10 is the 10 world, but it's the 1 spirit, and then it shows you 025, which means they're not talking about one of the islands. 025 is before the comma, so I would run the world that way. And if you run the world that way, 10 minutes times the movement of 0.25 makes an entire movement of 2.5. Again, we come back to the numbers over and over and over. I know I misrepresented something right here, but 10 plus 25 equals 35, and 3 by 5, 3 plus 5 equals 23 creation. And even if I'm going fast because there's no real need to sort of understand certain these things. If there's something you really want to know, just ask. I got to get a lot of stuff out here, and my only memory is my paper, my head, and these videos. So whoever is going to try and shut me down, you can't get rid of this memory. Ever. 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 Never. Impossible. Unless you get rid of it yourself. You sold your soul to the dead. That means there is no good anymore. It's always what's right to you. That's the only difference. Rust water running in pipes. Rust water turns the waters almost red. This is what the earth is made from. Heavy metal, and smoke a reefer, and cool the truck with a reefer, and RE to refer, ER and ER is examining room. The F in the center is the 6th letter. ER is 23. It says 23, 6, 23. 23 and 23 is 46, and 6 equals 52. So who do we refer to? We refer to us. 5 and 2 is 7. Or we refer to the 2 world in the center. So if we're in the secondary world and we're in the center, that's where we are. 1 goes to center, we see on the ace, and the 9's got a dot in the center. Okay, we're going to cool it for now. Raphael 7286. Don't forget, we're going to go one more time with this. 37 times 48 is 1776. Can we do it any other way? Unless we go 60, 72. 72. Let me see how this works. Does this work? Divided by 72 equals. Ha 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 ha. If I divided it by 72, it equals to 24.66666. 7. Spirit of 76. Man is the spirit of 76. Man is the spirit of 13. Raphael 7286. Now you're going to ask me, how is he the spirit of 13? Because 1 to 13 is one side of the alphabet, and then 1 to 13 is the other side of the alphabet. Oh, what do you mean the other side? Well, M, if you reverse the whole alphabet, okay, let me show you just real quick. 2 sides of the alphabet, right? Now I'm going to take the length of each side and I'm going to put them together. Look at that. N and M are actually even with each other, but at this side, there's a little bit more because we have to reconnect the alphabet. So when we flip it over, we end up with this. It's actually a cup that goes all the way around 4 sides, like putting a male and a female together to continue on the rotation. Another thing I wanted to say is I feel, and I've done the work on this, that Earth, okay, and Mars are somehow the timing. There's a timing belt. This is not what anybody thinks. We are adjusted, we are regulated, we are hooked up to something. There are strands of matrix that are represented inside the roots of all trees, all plants. Anyways, for now, we'll drop the car, gather the ark. I'm not a tree and I don't bark. I'm a guy, but I take it easy and what the hell am I doing? This is the end of the cassette. It's so hard to end. I never want to let it go.